And we're recording. Neat. So, hi, I'm Aaron Golden of Living Myth Media, also author of The Legend of Mercedes Ketch, and I got a table from Geek Chic, which you can learn more about by going to www.geekchic.com or by watching this video. So, I posted to Facebook that I got this table, and people were like, "Oh, yep, that looks like a table. That definitely looks like a table," and it does. It really does. It looks almost exactly like a table should look, and that is because it is in fact a table. But what it also is a means for me to game. I am a geek. Terrible geek to the point where I invented my own role-playing system, and I'm currently game mastering a couple of different games in Iron Kingdom's homebrew and a D&D 4th homebrew, because I homebrew a lot. And I've been running games really since I was like 9 or 10 years old. I started with Transdimensional Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because my grandmother mistook the role-playing game for something having to do with turtles and just grabbed it. And I had no idea what it was and slowly figured it out, but that's where I started. And sort of went from there. And I've been running these games ever since. Yeah. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do, particularly as I got more heavily into miniatures, because miniatures are incredibly useful when you're running combat, is I wanted maps. And what I've been doing is using one of those little grid maps that you can put blocks on and all the rest of it. And it takes forever to set up, and you can't really do recurring locations. And I wanted something something where I could have pre-made maps and not really have to worry about it and just sort of call them up whenever. And so what I've done, and I'm gonna open up the shelf in the table. And I'm going to grab this little thing here, which is kind of ice pick-like, but there is a hole down in here. And with it, I can hold that up. I'm going to hold it with my foot because I'm doing this alone. And behold, there's a television inside my table. It's got a glare-proof screen, light over top of it. And if you look over there, you will see a NUC. A NUC is a little tiny desktop computer. So this right here is my NUC. And with this USB extension thing, I can plug it in. It's got an HDMI out port, so it connects to the TV. And with it and an external passport, external hard drive passport, I can build maps, store maps, have maps, and I can create maps that are larger than the board I'm playing on. So we ran a test run with this just this past weekend. In fact, using the homebrew D&D 4th-ish game, and it went really well and led to some incredibly tense moments as characters had to try and figure stuff out and make extended skill rolls and discover things. So suddenly it becomes sort of an extended combat sequence, and I mean it's pretty much exactly what I wanted it to be. So it's doing everything that I wanted it to. The computer also, the NUC I should say, also has Skype on it, so I can contact my two cousins who are currently living in Ottawa and are playing this game with me. And I can hook up music to it. So suddenly I've got all of the tools that I want to run my game. It's also comfortably large, just a beautiful table. So it works as a dining room table. It works for my collection of board games. So if I want to have somebody sit down and play, like, I don't know, Betrayal and the House on the Hill, or Sentinels of the Multiverse, or The Doom That Came to Atlantic City, I can do that in comfort and style. The game also the table holds my collection of dice, the various games that I am running. So that's the Iron Kingdoms game. And we'll head over to the other side. Yes, I have an entire shelf of blankets because I like to keep my window open regardless of the time of year, and blankets are comfortable. So, also, some of those blankets have stories, which is kind of an interesting thing. Like, if you go traveling, collect blankets. Blankets are useful. This is the D&D 4th game with the various character sheets underneath it, the various miniatures. Two of my characters have left their dice behind. This is a remote for my TV and my sound system, and a PlayStation 3 remote that I bought because my PlayStation 3 remote died, and I was replaying Dragon Age 2 and really wanted to play it, and was like, I'm not going to wait, I'm just going to grab the first controller I can find, and that one, and it's doing what I need it to do. So yeah, no, just gorgeous table, like really, really pretty. Does everything that a table is supposed to do, which, you know, is handy for a table, but also does so much more. And I say that because that's not all. So, they custom build these, Geek Chic does. And funny story, actually, before we get into the external things. So I had this plan to build the table before I discovered Geek Chic. I bumped into them at Emerald City Comic-Con last year, would have been 2016. And so I bought this TV, and I was going to jury rig my own table. So I needed the TV for measurements. And then went to Emerald City and bumped into Geek Chic and ended up ordering the table, and didn't use the TV for a year. And the battery inside the TV died. So please recall, if you are going to have a television, make sure that you turn it on like at least once every 6 months. Like, plug that in, because otherwise there's a chance that it will die, and that would be sad. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, I got the thing to work again, because the table is constructed with a certain depth in mind, and also a certain placement. So I've got a hole in the inlet in the bottom of the table that sort of allows the HDMI cord. It lets the HDMI cord and the power cord to go through. You know, both of which are important because otherwise they don't do anything. Yeah. So you can customize your table as well. So one of the things that you can customize them with are these. This is a cup holder. So now I have a place for drinks and, I don't know, pencils and things. So because I don't want pencils and things and drinks on top of the TV or the map. So it adds a little bit more space for my players and myself so that we can actually go about playing the game. The other thing that the table has, so I ordered 6 of those and 3 of these. So this is a much larger piece with which I can attach and hold character sheets and whatever. It's got these little hook things on the bottom, so I'll show you how it works with the cup holder rather than the larger one, because the larger one is large and I can hold it up, but it's got 2 pieces and they're far apart. So these little locks. So that's the means by which it connects. And yeah, so I'm deeply pleased with my table. It took a year for this thing to arrive. And I am delighted that it is finally here. It was delivered by representatives of the company. I just got an email going over care of the table, which I'm going to be taking very seriously because this table was an investment. These are not cheap. This is not a cheap piece of furniture. This is built to stand the test of time, but part of that is you actually have to take care of the damn thing. So for game masters out there, or various geeks, or people that might find a use for this sort of thing, like, I highly recommend it. Because even that single game that I've played with this table fully operational, was incredible, like immersive to a level that I have kind of wanted to run since I was a kid, and I cannot recommend it enough. So yeah, that's it. That's really all I have to say. I am going to go away now because I have some other things to record and some other stuff to work on. It's Wednesday night, so I'm going to post this tomorrow, which Thursday. We've got the next Love is War portion going up on Friday. We've got another couple of reports coming in, including a review of a brand new theatrical musical that's being performed in town called, wow, it bothers me that I cannot remember the name of it. But that report will be live on Saturday morning. I'm going to go check it out Friday night, and I'm actually really excited about it. I clearly need more caffeine in my life. What else can I tell you? Molly Masters casting call, going to be Saturday as well. We might talk about that on site, we might not, but it's a very exciting thing. Living Myth Media is producing a short film called Molly Masters, and we're really looking forward to it. We're going to be shooting it at the end of April, and hopefully we'll have it for your viewing pleasure sometime in May. So that's cool. We've got the edit, about halfway through the copy edit on the second Mercedes book, which again we're also looking forward to putting in your hands for the end of April or the beginning of May. And yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. We've got another few surprises coming for you down the pipeline, and I'm going to sign off because this has been 12 minutes of you watching me in my home, which is weird. But geekchic.com, check out the table. www.geekchic.com. This particular table model is called a Hoplite. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and I'm kind of in love. Yeah, have a good night, and I will talk at you later. Bye.